We thought we knew what we were getting. A variant Tony Stark? A multiverse trick? But the Russo brothers didn't just give us a villain, they give us a mirror. And what's reflected back at the Avengers is something they can't punch their way out of. Welcome back. It's finally here. The movie that was supposed to save the Marvel Cinematic Universe from its flop era. When Kevin Feige announced Avengers, Doomsday 2 years ago, the internet didn't know whether to cheer or cringe. Bringing back the Russo brothers? Safe. Bringing back McFeely to write? Smart. Casting the literal face of the franchise, RDJ, as its greatest villain, that felt like desperation. But here we are, December 2026. The multiverse saga has been a bumpy road of inconsistent CGI, aimless cameos, and Kang-sized plot holes. This film had the impossible job of tying up the loose threads of the Fantastic Four, Shang-Chi, and the incursions teased in Doctor Strange. Does it work? Mostly. Is it fan service? Oh yes. But is it cinema? Let's talk about the end of the world. If you haven't seen the film, I'm keeping this spoiler light, but we have to touch on the premise. The film opens not with the Avengers, but with the Council of Reeds. We see the incursions, universes colliding and erasing each other, accelerating at a rate that Reed Richards, played impeccably by Pedro Pascal, cannot stop. Enter Victor. The movie wastes zero time explaining the RDJ face. This isn't a what-if Tony Stark who didn't learn a lesson. This is a Victor Von Doom from a universe where Stark Industries never pivoted to peace and where protection meant subjugation. He has solved the incursions, but his solution is brutal. He is pruning timelines to create a singular, stable reality. Battle World. The stakes are personal. Strange is trying to hold reality together with duct tape and magic. The new Avengers, Sam Wilson, Yelena Belova, Shang-Chi, are hopelessly outgunned. And the Fantastic Four are the only ones who actually understand the math of what Doom is doing. The film acts as a race. It's a heist movie where the object being stolen is free will. The Avengers want to save everyone. Doom argues that if you try to save everyone, you save no one. And the terrifying part? The movie almost convinces you he's right. Let's start with the obvious. Robert Downey Jr. This is not Tony Stark. RDJ strips away all the quips, the nervous energy, and the charm. His Doom is regal, cold, and terrifyingly still. He acts mostly with his eyes and his voice. There's a scene in the UN assembly where he simply walks into the room and without raising a finger, commands absolute silence. It is a masterclass in screen presence. He manages to make you forget Iron Man, which I thought was impossible. Visually, the Russo brothers have returned to that gritty, tactical aesthetic from Winter Soldier, but blended it with the cosmic horror of Infinity War. The cinematography finally feels grounded again. The suits look like physical costumes, not nanotechnology goo. The sound design deserves an Oscar nod, specifically the sound of Doom's magic. It's not the sparkly, distinct sounds of Strange, it's a low, guttural hum, like a radiation leak. And finally, the team dynamics. The friction between the old guard, Thor, Strange, and the new class, Sam, Kamala, Kate Bishop, is handled brilliantly. Sam Wilson finally gets his "I'm the captain now" moment, orchestrating a defensive perimeter around New York that proves he doesn't need serum to lead. Also, the integration of the Fantastic Four is seamless. Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards provides the intellectual foil to Doom that we've been desperate for. Their verbal chess matches are more exciting than the explosions. However, we have to be real. This movie is overstuffed. We are juggling over 30 distinct heroes here. While the Russos are the kings of ensemble balancing, even they struggle under this weight. Characters like Shuri and Ant-Man are essentially glorified cameos. They show up, do a cool move, and vanish for 40 minutes. If you bought a ticket specifically for the Thunderbolts crew, you're going to be disappointed. Then there is the multiverse fatigue. The movie relies heavily on you having seen everything. Did you miss the post-credits of the Fantastic Four? You're lost. Didn't finish Loki Season 2? You won't understand the third act MacGuffin. The barrier to entry here is sky high, and I have to talk about the pacing in the second act. There is a solid 20-minute stretch involving a side quest to the quantum realm to retrieve a power source that feels like pure filler. It drags. It feels like studio interference mandating a CGI spectacle when we really just wanted more of the philosophical debate between Reed and Doom. Also, minor nitpick. The color grading in the final battle. Why is it always a gray, muddy sky? Marvel, please, let us see the colors of the costumes.
But beneath the punching and the lasers, Doomsday is asking a fascinating question about legacy. The film is haunted by the ghost of Tony Stark, even though he isn't in it. Doom uses Stark's face, which forces Peter Parker and Rhodey to confront their trauma. But thematically, the film asks, what is the difference between a savior and a dictator? Tony Stark wanted a suit of armor around the world. Doom is the armor. He represents the ultimate endpoint of safety at the cost of freedom. The movie posits that the Avengers' greatest weakness is their morality, their refusal to trade lives. Doom is efficient. The Avengers are messy. In a world falling apart, the film dares to ask if we actually want the messy heroes, or if we secretly crave the strong man who makes the trains run on time. It's a surprisingly political text for a Disney movie. Avengers: Doomsday is a thunderous return to form, anchored by a villain performance that will go down in history. It is messy, it is loud, and it requires a PhD in Marvel lore to fully appreciate. But it brings the stakes back. It makes you afraid for these characters again. The Russos have done the impossible. They justified the resurrection of RDJ. I'm giving Avengers: Doomsday an 8.5 out of 10. Who is this for? If you've stuck with the MCU through the rough patch, this is your reward. If you checked out after Endgame, you might be confused, but you'll certainly be entertained. Next step, let me know in the comments. Do you think Doom was actually right? And if you like this breakdown, hit that subscribe button because next week we are ranking every single Robert Downey Jr. performance from worst to best. You won't believe where Doolittle lands. Thanks for watching.